Hi, this webinar is for everyone that's hosting a Try Hockey for Free event with Michigan Amateur Hockey and the Detroit Red Wings Foundation. This presentation will help walk you through the process of getting ready for your Try Hockey for Free clinic, how to promote it and market it, what to expect on the day of the event, and what Michigan provides and helps you with to make sure you have a successful event. So when you host a Try Hockey for Free with this program, you as a host site would need to make sure you provide 1 hour of ice, that you're prepared to promote the program in your community. You have volunteers on site for both on ice and off the ice, access to rental skates, being able to post your event for kids to join, so make sure you get that on your website and help promote it to there. What Michigan and the Red Wings provide is they'll provide Red Wing jerseys for all the participants, full sets of equipment except for the skates for these kids trying youth hockey to use. They provide a lead instructor to help coordinate your coaches for holding one of these events. This event would be totally sanctioned by USA Hockey, so without these kids having to join USA Hockey for the day, they will be covered under our insurance and will be available to help protect you as far as risk management purposes. There's online registration available, so it helps cut away some of the paperwork from you. Some promotional tools to promote within the community, and an on-site event coordinator, so someone that will be there bringing the equipment and running registration for the group. To help market your event, available now at usahockey.com/program services under the Marketing Resources tab. There's flyers, postcards, posters, all available that look like the one you see here to the right. This is a professional marketing campaign. It's called our First Steps program. There's 4 different pieces you can use, 2 male, 2 female specific, and you don't have to be a graphic designer to be able to customize these. These are already set up in Word, Microsoft Word, so you just need Word on your computer, and you can punch in your information and be able to print these off on a home printer, a copier, at Kinko's, even with a professional printer. It's really up to you. So places to hang, what you're seeing here to the right is an example of the poster. So areas that's best to distribute your flyers and hang your posters. Work with your local schools. Start now by connecting with the district and the superintendent. Let them know you're a nonprofit looking to get more kids involved in the athletic program. And normally it's a little bit of a process, so make sure you start now because they have to review it, put it past the board, and then they'll probably come back to you and say, hey, we need 2,000 broken down in the groups of 40. So you want to be prepared for that and give them plenty of time to review it. Daycares are great. Libraries are really open to help you out, especially the community boards they have. Same with post office, community centers, rec centers. If you know of any other sports that are ending right now or willing to work with you, I've heard a lot of programs partnering with the local soccer program because soccer will start ending pretty soon, and it works out great where they can filter into the youth hockey program as long as you return the favor in the spring when they want to get going and your program is ending. And even within the building right now, the kids learn to skate programs. They may, even though they're in the ice rink, they're probably not thinking what's the next step for youth hockey. So here's a chance for that baby step where they can get out there, try it for themselves, and have a game plan like, now I'm doing learn to skate. This makes sense. Next step is a hockey program, and I'm glad I got to try it out. Another great way that's free and cheap is electronic marketing. A lot of the stuff you're going to use is to market your program is going to be through using your local association families. They have friends, coworkers, neighbors, other youth sports teammates that you need their voice to help promote why your program is the best in the community, and they need to get involved. One way is starting a Facebook page for this event and making everybody that's involved with your program share it through their site. Same thing, an email chain. If you put together an email about your event about a week before, send it out to everyone in your club, asking them to forward it on to their friends, neighbors, coworkers, anyone they can think of. And once again, work with those other youth sports that their season is ending and see if they'll post on their website or even send to their database if you do the same thing for them in exchange at the end of the year. To register, every Try Hockey event will be able to go right to MAHA. Under the Try Hockey portion, there's a registration, as you can see below. Will they be able to select the clinic they'd like to attend, fill out the pertinent information, find the closest location to them. And the great part is then you don't have to worry about having to handle any waiver forms or paper forms on the day of. It just makes it a lot easier for them coming to try hockey and a lot easier on you as an administrator and of course, the event coordinator coming from MAHA. If they don't register online, the process is still making sure they're covered under USA Hockey and that you get all their contact information is to have them fill out one of these papers. The event coordinator will have these sheets, but it's a waiver and they need to fill out the entire thing. So they just can't put their name down and sign at the bottom. It does us any good if something does happen and they get hurt. There's no way to get a hold of them unless we have mailing address, their date of birth. We need email, phone, all this stuff there. And this is their cost for admission. It's a free event. This is all they have to turn in to be able to go on the ice and get their chance to try hockey for the first time. And the equipment, the minimum equipment required is a helmet, gloves, and skates. They don't have to wear the chest protector. They don't have to wear, the pants. We prefer it, but it's not mandatory. And like I said, the event site coordinator will bring all the necessary equipment for everybody. For off-ice volunteers, well, actually for volunteers overall, you're going to want a couple people helping the on-site coordinator with check-in to make sure it's quick and easy on families. Someone extra to help with paper questions if people take paperwork and walk off somewhere to do it on their own. A couple people to help check out equipment, make sure everyone gets their sets and help them get dressed. 15 to 20 people helping kids get dressed. The reason we say this is because you have to remember this is these people's first time ever trying hockey. So even putting equipment on can be pretty intimidating if you've never been able to understand where the elbow pads go or a helmet, how it goes on. I've done many of these events, and it's funny when you see elbow pads on knees and, knee pads on top of it, pants on backwards. So we want to make this as inviting and as least uncomfortable as it is for these new parents. And so these people that help get dressed can double as your on-ice leaders. So before they get on the ice, just help get everyone dressed. You must have USA Hockey sanctioned coaches, but what you can do is target some of the Bantams and the high school and midget players in the area. They need community service hours. They can be on the ice and help with this program as long as they're wearing their helmet and obviously their skates. And, a lot of times this works out best if you got some teenagers out there, the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds tend to bond a little bit better with the teenager than a 30 or 40-year-old adult. So works both ways. And when you're 40 and there's a bunch of kids just learning to skate and they need some extra help and you got to pick them up a lot, it's way better to have a young back picking that kid up versus someone's back who could be pretty sore picking them up and down. And you also want something that's always excluded is you want a couple of off-ice recruiters. So 2 or 3 moms and dads just going around while the parents are watching their kids try hockey, tell them how great the local program is, ask them if they have any questions about youth hockey, and help them feel a little more welcome. There's that person welcoming them into your youth hockey family. So a week prior to the event, an email will be sent with the Getting Dressed video to help people understand how to put the equipment on, help them get comfortable. You will have one-goal equipment. As you can see pictured to the right-hand side, this is what the one-goal equipment looks like. It's head-to-toe equipment that make the kid feel like a real hockey player. And all they need, again, is helmet, skates, and gloves. But obviously we want almost all of it on there because if they fall and bump themselves, we want them to be happy and not crying. So the on-ice plan, Michigan Amateur Hockey will be providing a lead instructor to help coordinate the on-ice product, but you will need 15 to 20 coaches to be on hand to help that guy run stations. And it'll include things like skating, basic skating, passing, taking the first shot, stick handling, some fun games, whether it's tag, freeze tag, sharks and minnows, relay races, and then a cross-ice game. So then these kids can get that chance to experience their first hockey game as a hockey player. So after the event, Michigan Amateur Hockey will send thank you emails on your behalf to everyone that participates, trying to direct them back to your program and get them into youth hockey. Now, you as a host association should have a game plan, what you want to do with these try-hockey kids. On average, there's about 32 new kids that come to these programs. Where do you want to put these 8 and under kids? Do you have a program just starting right after your clinic? Do you have a program that you're willing to prorate the cost for the rest of the year to put them in? Or do you want to develop, a 4 or 5 week program that at no cost just to keep them going and get their feet a little more wet and get them a little more equipment, a little more comfortable on the ice with youth hockey, so they're more likely to transfer to your program. Now, after MAHA reaches out and you have your program in place, you will have access to the list of everyone that participated. And the best way that we've seen the programs that do the best job of converting kids to their program is they get a group of moms and dads to reach out with a personal phone call and invite them back to their program for the upcoming year. The personal invitation goes a long way, especially if they still have some intimidation to the ice rink and youth hockey. And as you're going forward, a couple things to remember. These are our top 3 reasons why parents choose hockey. So we went out and wanted to find out what parents were looking for in a youth sport beyond that defeated whether the sport was more expensive or bigger commitment, what they were looking for that drove them to that sport. We came back with our 3 promises. And as you develop even your transition program and your philosophies going forward, trying to recruit these kids in your program, you need to keep these in mind, as this is what parents are looking for, parents of 4 to 8-year-olds. This is what we have to meet their expectations in bringing these kids into our program. So the first one, the promise of fun. You have an advantage. Ice rinks are very cool. They love looking at the Zams. You have cool, unique equipment, and there's experience of flying around on the ice with your friends. Now make sure you take advantage of the resources such as the ADM and red, white, and blue hockey that keep the kids moving and are skill-based, and make sure that they have an emphasis on fun instead of having kids stand around and trying to teach a 6-year-old a system. The second is a promise of guidance, instruction, and attention. So what that means is this is very important. Hockey is very difficult to learn. They're pretty much learning how to walk all over again. So making sure you have the right people out there to teach your entry-level programs. So perhaps the high school coach that's a disciplinarian isn't the best guy. It might be the guy who's not afraid to be silly and fall down and make the kids laugh and engage their attention and make them feel comfortable. And the third is a promise of achievement. So once again, it's not on wins and losses, it's on skill development. So parents and kids want to know that they're getting better and they want to feel good about it, and that's what drives them to the rink. So learning how to stop, turn, or scoring their first goal on a kid who's never played goal before but still a goal is the exciting things to these parents and the child that they need in order to feel like they're going somewhere and that youth hockey is for them. So what you're doing with your Try Hockey event is you're trying to build your acquisition. So this is the first step. Once you've acquired more players and you transition them into your programs, you're going to have a bigger pool to retain next year, and it's going to start building that base of 4 to 8-year-olds. So then as time goes on and years down the road, your overall program is going to grow, because if you have that bigger base, you're going to graduate more squirts. You're going to graduate on more peewees. So this is why we focus so heavily on the 8 and under category, and why you hosting this event is such a great thing. So as primary contacts, you have a couple guys here. Ron Hayes coordinates the clinics for you. Make sure you have an on-site coordinator and you have coaches. Gordon Bowman helps coordinate all the coaching and make sure the on-ice product looks great. And if you need anything from the national office, help with the artwork, any advice in putting your program together, this is what I focus on. I'm Kevin Erlenbaugh with USA Hockey. I work with Michigan associations on Grow the Game programs. So there's our contact information. If you have any questions, feel free to share this video with anyone else who'd like to learn more about the upcoming program. And I thank you. And I thank you for sitting through this time and putting forth a great Try Hockey program and growing your program in your community of Michigan. Thanks a lot.